Put this in my bag for me. Put this in my.
Is to achieve global impact through innovative research, teaching and learning, using a technology-driven and people-centered approach. Our 2024 to 2029 strategic plan is built on 5 priorities, guiding us to transform, inspire, and elevate our university community. This is 5 for 5. 5 strategic priorities with 5 objectives each for 5 years, driving our mission forward.
Empowering students through technology-driven, student-centered learning, preparing them to thrive in a global society. Impactful research.
Hello people, so this is day 2 of the UG congregation, and I have with me here my recent past SRC Vice President, Jeffrey J-Lit. J-Lit, how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling excited.
Hope everything is well.
Quite good.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so then I would like to ask one question which baffles me. How were you able to juggle your academics with your administrative work?
So the very day I decided to aspire to be SRC Vice President or President, I had a conversation with God that anything that had to do with my academics, He should take charge of it and permit me to work for Him. So I'll say that I left a lot of things to God. I did my best. I tried to make use of study groups. I associated myself with friends who were consistently going to class and all of that, so that even when I miss due to administrative duties, they will be in to assist me. And I think God didn't shame me.
God didn't shame me, right? Yeah. So how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm just waiting to meet VC and the major university authorities very soon.
Okay, so what class did you graduate in?
I graduated with a second class upper.
Second class upper. Wow, congratulations. It's not easy to graduate a second class upper.
I was scared.
All right. So then, with that, the journey as you spoke about and everything, right now, what course did you do? I would like to know the course you offered.
So I read Political Science and Information Studies.
Political Science and Information Studies. Oh, wonderful. Then that's nice. Congratulations once again. And I'm hoping you have a wonderful time.
Surely. Right. I'll be back to say hi.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I have another person here with me who is also graduating today, and I can see he's so excited. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Okay. So how was your academic journey like?
I didn't find it easy. It was tough, but at the end, God saw me through. So
God saw you through.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
You're very grateful to God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what class did you graduate in?
I can't reveal it here.
You can't reveal it here. What course did you do too?
I read economics and statistics.
Economics and statistics. Wow, then you did well, because it's not easy, economics. Once again, congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm hoping you have a good time here.
Yes, thank you. All right. Sure.
Hello, so I have one pretty lady here with me who is also graduating today. How are you feeling at the moment?
I'm so excited, but it's a sad moment for me too, because I don't know that I'll be part of the graduates today, because it's not an easy journey. Yeah, so I'm happy and sad, like tears of joy, something like that.
Tears of joy. Is it that your lecturer stressed you, or probably your grade wasn't?
Not that, but there is this course that I took, that's dance studies. Yeah, we go for a lot of rehearsals, and that course really took all my time. Yes.
So then you were not able to prep for the others?
I did, but that course took all my time. Like I don't even get the time to maybe have fun or something. Yeah, you get, yeah.
And Legon to fun is a necessity because you can't just be only learning. But then how are you? As you said you are feeling sad. It's just mixed feelings. You are so excited. What course are you graduating? What course do you do?
Information studies and dance.
Information studies and dance. Oh, wonderful! And what class are you graduating in?
Second upper.
Second class upper. Wonderful! Congratulations once again. And I hope you have a good time here. All right. Name.
My name is Manu James.
Okay, so I understand that you were a beneficiary student who was on a scholarship scheme. How was it like to be on a scholarship scheme?
Okay, so first of all, we give thanks to God for how far He has brought us. Actually, I got the opportunity to apply for the scholarship in level 400, yes. But before the scholarship, life on campus wasn't that cool, wasn't that calm. It was a bit difficult because imagine getting up without financial support from anywhere. It would be very difficult for you to focus on the academics. So it was very tough for me as at that time when I moved from level 300 to 400. But luckily for me, a friend introduced me to the UG sponsorship scholarship and I applied, and fast forward, I was selected, yes. So from there, in my final year, everything, my academic fees was covered and everything went smoothly for me. So from that time, I was able to have a sound mind to focus on academics. And you know how it is on campus when things become tough and you're not able to concentrate on academics. Yeah. So after I got the scholarship, I was very, very, very happy, and I was able to focus on my education. Yeah.
Okay. So before the scholarship scheme, were you working? Were you juggling work with academics?
No, I wasn't working. Initially, I had all the support from my parents, but when I got to level 300, at the latter part of level 300, things became very tough. So there wouldn't be any avenue for me to finance my level 400 academic fees. So the only option as at that time was to opt for either a side hustle so that I can be able to raise finance to clear all my academic fees.
Yes. So I think God has been great in your life.
God has been good. God has been, and all thanks to the Student Financial Aid Office. Yes, they actually changed my life completely because I had two options at that time, is to either defer and go and work for funds too, so that I can come and continue, or soar to a side hustle that I can generate money and use to pay my academic fees.
So what course did you read?
I did economics and statistics.
Economics and statistics?
Yes,
with all these struggles?
Yes, you can imagine. And a lot of students on campus are facing this issue. You see, there are a lot of people that, quote and unquote, doing more difficult courses, and because of financial challenges, they are not able to focus. Do you get it? Yes. So it's in the long run, jeopardize their academic performances and all that. So it hasn't been easy at all. It hasn't been easy. But
so what course are you graduating in?
I did a combined major, economic statistics.
Yeah, so I mean, what class are you graduating in?
First class.
First class?
Yes, first class.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I tap. And also, what advice will you give to your fellow students who are also going through this stress? Because, you know, a lot of students are in this, are facing these struggles and things, and they don't know who to go to, they don't know who to talk to, and they are just living their own lives, thinking it's going to be better. So what advice will you give to them?
Okay, so before I answer your question, I think if I had, applied earlier, I think I would definitely become a value. Yes. So I know a lot of students are going through facing a lot in terms of finances, and there's this perception out there that the procedure isn't that strict. Do you get it? The sponsorship is just for selected few. Just go in there, apply, make sure all the documents you are providing meet the criteria. And I can assure you that the system or the scheme is very just, and it will support all students. Yes, so if you are going through any financial difficulties and you need help, just apply. You get it. Yes.
So then once again, congratulations. I tap into your grace, and also students who are also going through these struggles, please let our brother here be your let me see, your influencer, influence you in doing your things, and also help yourself. God will help you too.
Thank you, my brother. You're welcome. My last verse, as I said, we give thanks God for how far He has brought us, and also my warm thanks or my appreciation goes to the Students' Financial Aid Office. Actually, I've already told it, they didn't come to my aid. I would have definitely deferred, or you get it. So I thank all of them, the office, the staff. They are incredible. When I went there, they provided the needed support and everything. So God bless everyone.
Okay, thank you for having.
Thank you.
Graduates and guests seated in the hall, please rise for the procession of members of convocation. Please sit. We'll wait for the procession of members of council. Please sit. Guests outside the hall, please rise for the procession of members of council. Graduates and guests in the hall, please rise for the procession of members of council. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Please sit. Member of Council representing the Chancellor, Madam Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Provosts, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Department, our distinguished guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, graduates, special guests, friends from the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Welcome to the Great Hall of the University of Ghana. This morning, we are happy to receive our graduates from the College of Humanities. As a university, we take great pride in delivering in our first strategic priority, which is a transformative student experience. And as part of efforts to achieve this goal, we are hosting 17 congregation ceremonies this month for students who successfully completed the academic programs during the 2024-2025 academic year. And as I said earlier on, this ceremony is dedicated to undergraduate students from the College of Humanities and is the first ceremony of 5 scheduled for the college. To proceed with this ceremony, please join me welcome the Registrar of the University of Ghana, Mrs. Emilia Ejeyi Mensah, to deliver introductory remarks. A round of applause as she comes.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sonsori. Member of Council representing the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Provost of the College of Humanities, and other university officials, members of convocation, graduating students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. On behalf of management of the University of Ghana, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this ceremony, which is dedicated to the College of Humanities. The ceremony, which is for undergraduate students of the college, will be under the direction of the college registrar, Mr. Benedict Fosueji. We congratulate and salute all of our students who have worked so hard and are graduating today. Your hard work has truly paid off, and we wish you all the best on this your special day. Member of Council representing the Chancellor, before I take my seat, it is my pleasant duty to call on the Provost of the College of Humanities, Professor Joseph Yaru, to perform a short but very important ceremony to acknowledge and recognize the international students who are graduating today. Prof. Yaru.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition at the University of Ghana that at congregation ceremonies we acknowledge our international students who came from all over the world to study at Legon. Although COVID-19 severely impacted our international student numbers, we are pleased to report that members of the UG graduating class of 2025 have come from 23 countries, including Ghana. The countries are Benin, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Hungary, India, Kenya, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, and the United States of America. I call on all our international students present here who are graduating today to stand to be acknowledged. Our dear international students, we cherish your contribution to the academic and social life of the University of Ghana and wish you well in your future endeavors. Please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Provost Yaro. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Great. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to introduce the Member of Council representing the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Ms. Precious Chei Bonsu, who is presiding over this morning's congregation ceremony on behalf of the Chancellor. Ms. Chei Bonsu is an accomplished educationist, entrepreneur, author, and communications and policy expert with over a decade of multidisciplinary leadership experience in education and human development. She serves on the University of Ghana Council, bringing in expertise in curriculum innovation, school leadership, youth advocacy, and institutional governance. She is the Executive Director of the WIT Schools, which is the West Africa's first international school to implement the Finnish curriculum alongside British and Ghanaian systems, and the founder and the president of a Whale Learning Group and the WIT Endowment Fund, which focus on education, technology, and leadership development. Her work has positioned these institutions as models of progressive, inquiry-based learning. Ms. Chei Bonsu has consulted for organizations including UNICEF and the MasterCard Foundation, and has contributed to higher education and media through lecturing, publishing, and content development. She currently serves on the boards of the Ghana Education Service Occupational Pension Scheme and for the Future of Ghana. She holds a master degree in educational leadership, from Birmingham University, and is recognized for her commitment to inclusive, high-quality education and innovative-driven impact. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Ms. Bonsu to the podium to deliver her opening remarks and invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Appiah-Amfo, to deliver the Vice-Chancellor's report to congregation. Thank you.
Thank you and good morning. Members of the University Council, Vice Chancellor and other officers of the university, guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, alumni, new graduates, guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I am delighted to welcome you to today's gathering as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. This ceremony reflects the shared pride of the entire university community, with the achievements of our graduating students being the result of collective effort with families, faculty, administrators, and funding partners all playing vital roles in the process. To our graduates, I offer my warmest congratulations. Your journey to this point has demanded perseverance, discipline, and sacrifice. Many of you have balanced your studies with work, family responsibilities, and financial pressures. Being here today is a confirmation of your resilience and determination, and we celebrate you for this accomplishment. Graduating students, you enter the world at a time of rapid change and opportunity. Education combined with initiative and integrity remains one of the most powerful tools for transforming society. The knowledge and values you have gained here are meant not only for personal advancement, but for service to Ghana, Africa, and the wider world. The university's strategic plan, launched in 2024, emphasizes student-centered, technology-driven, and interdisciplinary learning, positioning our graduates to thrive in an increasingly complex and digital global environment. I am glad to observe that we are already seeing the impact of your intentionality in these areas. And as a university, we must continue to place the student experience at the heart of our mission. I am encouraged by management's commitment to fostering an inclusive culture in which students feel supported, valued, and empowered to succeed. These efforts are shaping a truly transformative student experience, and I urge management to continue advancing this important strategic priority. Vice Chancellor, distinguished guest speaker, ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasant duty to declare this assembly duly constituted for the award of degrees to successful graduates. I invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Nanaba Appiah Amfo, to present her report on the status of the university. Thank you very much.
Member of Council representing the Chancellor, Registrar, Provost of the College of Humanities, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Departments, our distinguished guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, alumni, graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen joining us from all around the world, good morning. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome you to this congregation ceremony for the 2024-2025 cohort of students from the College of Humanities. The February 2026 congregation ceremonies are dedicated to undergraduate and postgraduate students from the 4 colleges of the university. In total, 15,288 graduates will be awarded degrees during the 17 congregation ceremonies. This number is made up of 153 PhDs, 4,197 master's graduates, 10,543 undergraduates, and 395 students will be graduating with diplomas. We are indeed pleased that you are able to join us to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our students. Graduating students, today we celebrate the completion of your academic programs, as well as the boldness and confidence with which you step into the next stage of your lives. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. State of the University. I am pleased to share highlights of the university's progress over the past year, guided by our strategic plan for the period 2024 to 2029. The 4 reports can be found in the congregation brochure. Through deliberate investments in teaching, research, innovation, governance, and partnerships, the University of Ghana has continued to consolidate its position as Ghana's premier university, a leader in West Africa, and a respected global institution. Our work remains anchored in our 5 strategic priorities: transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, and sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. Academic and student affairs. For the 2025-2026 academic year, 16,498 new undergraduate students and 6,651 graduate students have enrolled in various programs, and we continue to work towards expanding access, equity, and academic excellence. The automation of academic and administrative processes continues across various units, improving efficiency, turnaround times, and service delivery. Global rankings and reputation. I'm particularly proud to highlight the university's exceptional performance in global university rankings, which reflect the strength of our academic enterprise and research environment. In the 2026 Times Higher Education World University Rankings, the University of Ghana emerged as Ghana's top-performing institution in the key areas of research environment, industry engagement, and international outlook. In the 2026 QS World University Rankings, the University of Ghana remains the highest-ranked university in Ghana and West Africa, and among the leading institutions in sub-Saharan Africa. We also placed first in Ghana and second in West Africa in the inaugural Times Higher Education Interdisciplinary Science Rankings 2025, underscoring our strength in cross-disciplinary research. The University of Ghana School of Law has been ranked the best in Ghana and West Africa and 6th in Africa in the 2026 Times Higher Education World University Rankings by subject for law, confirming the school's status as a leading center for legal education and research. Research, innovation, and partnerships. Member of Council, the university continues to lead in research and innovation. In 2025, the Research and Innovation Directorate and our colleges executed 133 research agreements valued at over $41 million, demonstrating strong global confidence in the work of our faculty and researchers. The UG in Kabom Collaborative has been launched, aimed at empowering young people to transform Ghana's agri-food systems through inclusive youth-led innovations. An innovation enclave, a state-of-the-art facility established in partnership with Imperial College London and the Cosmos Innovation Center, has been commissioned to provide a makerspace that enables students and researchers to translate ideas into impactful solutions addressing Africa's development challenges. Infrastructure. Council member, while infrastructure constraints remain a challenge, the university continues to expand facilities for student accommodation and to support teaching, learning, and research. Management of the university has supported the Students' Representative Council and Graduate Students Association of Ghana on the initiation of a hostel project, the first phase of which will provide 5,000 beds for students. Preliminary work has started towards the construction of a 10,000-bed student hostel through a private-public partnership.
This project will use prefabricated technology for the construction of the hostel as a cost-efficient measure. Achievements of our community. Our students, faculty, and alumni continue to bring honor to the university. Among many achievements, UG was adjudged National Best University in Practical Agriculture at the 2025 National Farmers' Day. The UG debate team emerged as 2025 Pan-African Universities debate champions. Students of the UG School of Law won the 2025 Jessup Ghana Moot Court competition, and they have actually just last week won the 2026 version. The Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research has received national and global recognition for its contributions to health research. 3 of our students have won international awards in sustainable food packaging design. Many of our faculty members have received prestigious international honors and recognition for excellence in their fields, and I'll mention a few. Former Vice Chancellor Emeritus Professor Clifford Niboy Tego, the Pro-Vice Chancellor in charge of Academic and Student Affairs, Professor Gordon A. Awandari, and Professor Emmanuel Ohine Afuakwa, a member of faculty, have been honored for their respective contributions to mathematics and science excellence, biomedical research, and natural sciences at the 2025 Millennium Excellence Awards. Professor Awandari has also received the prestigious Barley K. Ashford Medal in recognition of his outstanding leadership and contributions to global health research. Professor Elsie Eva Kaufman, Dean of the School of Engineering Sciences, has been formally inducted as an International Fellow of the Royal Academy of Engineering, becoming the first Ghanaian ever to receive this prestigious honor. The pause was deliberate, waiting for the applause. I am pleased to mention that I have been appointed to the following high-level positions: Chair of the Council of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, Vice Chair of the Worldwide Universities Network Partnership Board, and the Association of African Universities Ambassador for Gender Equity and Social Inclusion. I'm humbled by these appointments, and I'm sure that I speak on behalf of all members of the university community who have been honored or appointed to various high national and international bodies, that it is achievements such as these that spur us on towards reaching excellence and maintaining high standards in our work. I encourage all of us as members of our community to continue to work hard to keep the flag of the University of Ghana flying high. Now to our graduates. Your journey to this moment has required resilience, discipline, and determination. Today marks both an ending and a beginning, the successful closure of one chapter of your lives and the beginning of another, and we proudly salute your achievements. As you step into the wider world, I urge you to uphold the values of excellence, integrity, and service. Continue to be worthy ambassadors of the University of Ghana, and may your contributions positively shape society. Once again, congratulations to you all. Member of Council, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chancellor, for your address to congregation. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now introduce our guest speaker. Our guest speaker for this morning congregation ceremony is Ms. Sairam Apieko Ashon Abe. Ms. Apieko is a dynamic, multi-talented professional with a proven track record in media, literature, cultural engagement, marketing, and international relations. As a seasoned media practitioner and acclaimed poet, writer, author, she has built a reputation of creative innovation, strategic diplomacy, and thought leadership across diverse fields. As both a marketer and experiential product designer, she creates immersive approaches to marketing that blend culture, storytelling, innovation, and transforming brands and initiatives into memorable experiences. She is deeply passionate about the intersections of literature and storytelling, the creative economy, diplomacy, and gender equity. And she brings to every assignment the quality of meticulousness, creativity, efficiency, and cultural sensitivity. She is a graduate of the University of Ghana, and Sairam has many parts, and a lot has been documented in the brochure that you have, and I invite members to read the full profile in the brochure. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome our guest speaker, Ms. Sairam Apieko, to deliver her address to congregation. Thank you.
Good morning. I need more energy. Good morning. It's your graduation day. Aren't you excited? So good morning. All right, now before I begin, I want to do something unusual. So I need you, don't clap today because you are told to do so. You understand? When you're asked to clap, don't clap because you're told to do so. Do not nod because it sounds correct to you. And do not listen in the way that you have been trained to listen to speeches. I want you to listen in the way that something deeply concerns you, profoundly and personally, the way you'd listen to that. Do we understand? We understand? Okay, now we proceed. Representative of the Chancellor, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provost, College of Humanities, Chairman and members of the College of Humanities Advisory Board, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Department, members of Convocation, staff and students of the University of Ghana, alumni and friends of the University of Ghana, graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Ago. Ago. Now I'm going to say something that may seem a bit uncomfortable. This moment has been rehearsed. Your gowns, the order, the procession, the polite optimism, everything here has been rehearsed. It's planned. But your lives have not been rehearsed. Do you agree? You can't rehearse your lives. You agree? Indeed, when you came in as level 100 students, you matriculated. Did things go the way you planned for each and every one of you? No. So your lives cannot be rehearsed even when you plan. And the truth is that that's the tension in the room, even though it's unspoken. But I like to speak about uncomfortable things. Now you're here to receive your degrees today, right? Good. But I would like you to know that the education that you are being awarded the degree for, you need to ask yourself certain questions. So keep these in mind. If you can even write them down, write them. Okay, it's not a lecture, but you can write. You can put it on your phone too. What did your education undo within you? What did your education undo within you? What has it changed within you? I'm not asking what it added. I'm not asking what it decorated. I'm asking what it has undone and what it has changed within your education. What has your education disrupted? What did it disrupt within you? Your very core of your being. Now I'm asking because if nothing has been disrupted, then it means that nothing has been transformed. And that should worry you, because the University of Ghana has given you what we call a transformative education. Can you repeat that? Transformative education. Good. Now what does it mean? I'll explain. If your education is transformative, and the experience that you've had here at the University of Ghana has done the work that it should have done, then you should feel slightly unsafe with how things around you, in your community, in your society, in the country, in the world, are at the moment. You should feel the itch of questions which do not sleep properly. You should feel the weight of knowing that you can no longer pretend that now that you're educated, you have been exposed, you're enlightened, you see certain things. You see what is wrong. You see what could be better. You see what your society is failing at. You see where young Ghanaians like yourself, or young citizens of the world like yourselves, are being shortchanged. And then how can you, say me, say, how can I be an agent of change? Hey, I'm not saying it. How can I be an agent of change? Good. So from today onwards, ignorance is no longer an excuse that is available to you. And then let me locate myself in what I'm saying. You heard my profile. It's long, there's more, but I'll shorten it for you. I'm a poet and an author. I'm a storyteller. I'm a media practitioner. Currently, my media home is Channel 1 TV and City FM in Accra, where I'm the head of programs. And I also am a presenter. I train presenters, oversee about 67 productions. And I'm a cultural and creative entrepreneur. Now, I am never ashamed to say that I was raised in a comfortable home. So I don't have the hustle story. I didn't have to walk 10 kilometers to school. That's not my story. And I'm not ashamed of that. But comfort does not exempt you from work. Do you understand what I'm saying? Comfort does not exempt you from work. So I grew up with one guiding mindset, that no condition is permanent. You've heard it before, right? No condition is permanent. And because of that, I work as though there's no one in the world but God and me. So I do not work expecting to be rescued. I do not work assuming entitlement. I work knowing that my independence as a woman, as a professional, as a human being must be earned every single day, the way you've earned your degrees every single day of your journey in this university. You understand? You understand? Good. And that mindset comes with a cost. Sleepless nights, missed social events, sacrifices that no one applauds. How many of you had to stay up late to study to get to where you are today? Raise your hand. You had to stay up late. How many of you had to, the party you wanted to go to, you couldn't go because you knew that there was an exam, you had to learn? How many of you? Good. Now, and how many of you, you'd have liked to do something different, but you knew that the cost was too great because the journey needed to lead you to this hall today. Anybody? Raise your hand. Okay. I'm happy to tell you that it continues when you get into the real world. Sacrifices. Now, everybody wants a good life, but nobody, or not everybody, wants to pay the price for it. And so increasingly, we're living in a culture where people expect sacrifice only from others. But we want people to sacrifice their time, their money, their comfort, and then pay us because we believe that we are worth it. Yet when we're given the opportunity to give our time, our skill, our efforts, we hesitate if there's no immediate financial reward. And that mindset is costing us more as a country, as humanity, than we realize. So we like to talk a lot about success, but we talk very little about consequence. Can you repeat that? Consequence. Good. So let me ask you something that will never appear on the certificates that you receive today. Who is harmed when educated people decide to be neutral? Who benefits when cleverness replaces courage? Who pays the price when we learn how things work and then leave them exactly as they are, even when they are detrimental to the progress and development of our societies. This is where the room usually relaxes, and this is where I'm supposed to inspire you. But I'll take a chance and say that inspiration is cheap. You know how they say talk is cheap? Inspiration is cheap, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. It rises quickly, and it dissipates quickly, it disappears. I'm more interested in the implication of what you understand today means to you. Because from today, your education implicates you. Somewhere along the line, our culture collapsed into valuing only money. Everything has become transactional. What does it pay? What do I get? And so now, opportunities to build, to learn, to contribute to something meaningful are sometimes dismissed. Not because they are exploitative, sometimes they can be, I admit, but it's not always that, because they do not come with immediate financial reward. I've seen beautiful projects struggle from breath. They just can't breathe and come to life. And it's not because they lacked vision and integrity, but because they were deprived of people who cared. Can you say people who care? Thank you. People with skill, people with capacity, people who could have given of themselves but chose not to. And when that happens, it is only the individual who loses. Society loses. A good idea is starved of oxygen. And let me be clear, this is not an attack on comfort. I like a good life. I like to live well. I've worked hard for the things that I enjoy, and I'm not ashamed of that. Money matters, security matters, dignity matters, but money must not become the only currency that we recognize. Can you say currency? Okay, I'm going to talk about currency now. Some of the most powerful currencies that you will ever earn do not come with price tags. Trust, reputation, your network. Have you heard the saying that your network is your net worth? Good. Your network, your skill, your credibility, your purpose. You cannot always raise an invoice for these things, but they do compound. They add up. Many of the most formative rooms that I've ever entered do not pay me, but they taught me. I showed up without an invoice. I offered my services. I listened. I learned by proximity. By being present in rooms with diplomats, business leaders, thinkers, creatives, and not always asking for something, but to learn how they think, how they move, what matters most, how they live, how they love, how they see the world. Because you see, exposure is not the only travel. It's because you'll be paid for it that you should look to do it, but because it stretches you beyond the limits of a normal 9 to 5 or your normal working hours. And I'm not saying you shall allow anybody to take advantage of you, but I'm saying learn to recognize when beyond money, you are gaining something for your advancement, but also something that you can give back to society. Do you understand? Good. Now, work ethic. It's not simply working for a pay slip, but working with ownership. Ownership of purpose, ownership of equality and quality, and ownership of the outcome. Have you ever heard the phrase, where people say, hey, but you is a job for your father? Or somebody, me, the company is not for my father, so I've closed. Have you heard that before? Good. Don't live with that mindset. Don't do that. Because you see, we can't all be entrepreneurs. But when you have entrepreneurial thinking, whether you run your own company or you work inside someone else's or you just live in a community, you learn that you can actually make a change even in your small corner. It begins with the way you think. Now, you study the humanities, different versions of it. And that means that you are trained to notice things, to be observant, to be analytical. And you've learned to notice the power in language, the violence in silence, the history in your habits. That training makes you dangerous. Say, my training makes me dangerous. Now, not in a bad way, not in a loud kind of dangerous kind of way, not in a rebellious, I'll show you who I am kind of way. No. You are dangerous because you are clear-eyed. You know I clear? Say I clear. Good. When you're clear-eyed, then you are inconvenient for those who want to bring detriment to your society. Clear-eyed people are usually not the favorites because they see what the little foxes and the destroyers in our communities and societies do not want us to see. And let me say this carefully because it is important. Ghana does not suffer from a lack of intelligence or intelligent people. It suffers from a lack of ethical stubbornness. I'll repeat that. Ghana does not suffer from a lack of intelligence or intelligent people. It suffers from a lack of ethical stubbornness. Repeat it, ethical stubbornness. Good. Now what does that mean? People who know better but still choose the easier route. People who understand systems but excuse them repeatedly. People who are educated but emotionally absent from their surroundings. Do not become that. Do not become that. And some of you will leave Ghana, especially the Ghanaians, I'm speaking to you. Some of you will leave Ghana and some of you will stay. But that's not the dividing line. The dividing line is this. Will you use your education to distance yourself from a problem that you see, or will you stand closer to it? Will you use your education to distance yourself from a problem that you see, or will you use that education and stand closer to the problem? And then let me also say this. A role model may inspire you. Your mentor, how many of you have mentors? Okay. How many of you have role models? You don't have role models and mentors. Or you are looking for them. You are not looking for them. Okay. So note this for when you find them. A role model may inspire you. A mentor may guide you if you do the work, that is. Because mentors, they are busy people. So you have to do your own part of the work. But a sponsor, have you heard of a sponsor before? I'm not talking about that kind of sponsor. No, not that. I'm talking about a sponsor in professional life. So we have role models, we have mentors, we have sponsors. Have you heard of a sponsor before? How many haven't? Okay. Now, your sponsor is the person who speaks up for you, who mentions your name, who says he or she deserves this position, he or she deserves this opportunity when you are not there. So you may never enter that room. It may be a boardroom. It may be, a corridor of power. You may never enter there. But there's somebody there because of the work you do, your integrity, your consistency. Somebody will say, this lady or this gentleman deserves this opportunity. Look for a sponsor. And your sponsors, all the things I've spoken about so far, that's where you find them. The overtime work, not expecting money for everything, sacrificing the sleepless night to go somewhere because I'll meet that one person who can be my destiny helper. Look for a sponsor. Do you understand? So say, I'll look for a sponsor. I will look for a sponsor. Now, more often than not, when opportunity eventually appears, people remember who showed up when they did not have to. And that's what a sponsor remembers when they are calling your name in that room or that space. Now, lastly, this is the part of the speech where I'm supposed to offer you hope. So let me say this to you. Hope is not a feeling. Can you say hope is not a feeling? Hope is a discipline. So repeat that too. Hope is a discipline. It is choosing to build when exploitation is faster. It is choosing partnership when individual escape, convenience, and comfort is tempting. It is choosing to remain human in systems that reward numbness and oblivion. And let me end by breaking a final rule, because my hair is red and I always break rules. I'm not going to congratulate you. I'm going to hand something back to you. So I'm handing you back your education. This beautiful, stellar University of Ghana transformative education. I'm handing it back to you. And I'm not handing your education back to you as an achievement, because it is not an achievement. I'm handing it back to you because it is a burden. So yes, you've achieved a degree, but now it's your burden to carry. Education is a burden. It's not meant to bring you comfort. Comfort is only a byproduct of a good education. You understand? Good. Comfort is only a byproduct of a good education. So this education should weigh you down, and it should push you to push for a better world. Carry it carefully. Carry it in your spirit. Carry it publicly. Carry it in the rooms where decisions are made about people who will never enter this great hall. Because you do realize that some people will never have this opportunity to graduate from the University of Ghana, or any university for that matter. Do you realize that? So you're privileged. Carry that education, that privilege with you. And when you enter a room where you remember that there's somebody who will never sit in the great hall of the University of Ghana or any congregation, I will speak up for them. People who may never have access to the privilege of an education like yours. And if at any point, please listen carefully, if at any point your success requires you to forget about other people, then stop. Stop in your tracks. Because that is not success. At that point, it's amnesia. You're forgetting what has been gifted to you, the blessing you received, the privilege that you hold. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this today, it is not the end of anything. Yes, you're graduating, you're going to get your degrees, but it is a beautiful and memorable moment. And it is just that, a moment. A very important moment, yes, but it's a moment. And this is a moment when you become answerable to your society, to your country, to your civic duty, and to your generation, to your values, and to your integrity. Ayuko, congratulations. Thank you.
Wow. So, what shall we say to Ms. Apioko? I believe she has really broken down life after school for you. And I'm so sure that you have taken nuggets from what she has shared with us. So thank you very much, Madam Guest Speaker. And I believe that your address has truly inspired our students. And I'm sure that our graduates are taking away so much that will be extremely useful for them as they enter the next phase of their lives. And I guess she deserves another big round of applause. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is a tradition here in the University of Ghana that at congregation ceremonies, one of our graduating students delivers a valedictory message on behalf of the graduating class. Our valedictorian for this morning congregation ceremony is Mr. Emmanuel Nanayao Apieje. Thank you. Mr. Apiege's academic journey began at the Bright Star Preparatory School in Goso, Ahafo region. He pursued his education at Achimota School, where he offered general arts with electives in government, history, and literature in English. He gained admission in 2022 into the University of Ghana Bachelor of Arts program to read Chinese, linguistics, and history. Today, he graduates on top of his cohort with a combined major in Chinese and linguistics, earning a sterling FGPA, final grade point average of 3.99. This is what? A++, right? This is amazing. Congratulations, Emmanuel. And during his time at the University of Ghana, Emmanuel won the Chinese Ambassadors Award from level 100 all the way to level 400. So from level 100, he has been an outstanding student. And in terms of leadership and student engagement, Emmanuel served as the president of Ghana Methodist Student Union in level 300, and he also served on the academic committee of the Linguistic Student Association and a course rep for the Chinese classes from level 100 to level 400. So he's born to be a leader in a sense. He was also the member of the School of Languages House of Representatives. Emmanuel is passionate about entrepreneurship and aspires to pursue a career in computational linguistics. And I believe this will excite our Vice Chancellor as a student breaking the frontiers to come into new areas of computational linguistics. So for Emmanuel, studying at the University of Ghana has been an opportunity to grow, explore his interests, and develop skills that he hopes to carry into the next chapter of his life. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Emmanuel Appiagyei to deliver his address on behalf of his cohorts.
Thank you, sir. Wow, that's a lot of students. All of you have been clapping for me, but I am here because of all of us. So I want you to look at your neighbor and say, "Hi, neighbor. Congratulations. You made it." Yes, that's more like it. Representative of the Chancellor, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellors, Registrar, Provost of the College of Humanities, Chairman and members of the College of Humanities Advisory Board, Deans, Directors, and Heads of Departments, members of Convocation, staff and students, alumni and friends of the university, fellow graduates, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm thrilled for the privilege to deliver this speech as the valedictorian of this graduating class today. First, I would like to thank the Lord Almighty, who has been my source and sustainer. It is solely by His grace that we are here today. And as the scripture says in Romans chapter 9, verse 16, so then, it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but it is of the Lord that showeth mercy. Class of 2025, this is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. But we will also rejoice because our undergraduate years in this great university are crowned today. And guess who is 1 degree hotter? Clark. There is a Chinese saying that goes, Gan en bush in way on your door. In way don the Genshi. This translates, gratitude is not because we have much, but because we know how to cherish. Most people say gratitude is a must, but I have a slightly different perspective. Gratitude is a choice. We can feel bad all day about the grades we couldn't get, the first class we didn't get, or even the dresses we couldn't afford. These are all things we may not be able to influence now. Nonetheless, guess one thing we all have right now? A choice. A choice to be happy. A choice to make most of this graduation ceremony, and a choice to be grateful. As the Chinese saying goes, 选择比努力更重要. And this means that choice is more important than effort. We can choose to be grateful for this beautiful day, for these amazing people here to celebrate us, and even for the amazing gift of life today. We are grateful to our lecturers, supervisors, HODs, friends, guardians, and parents who have gone out of their ways to make this day a possibility. Their support has kept us moving, and we say, may God bless you. We gained admission into the university just after the global pandemic began to ease. And with all our ignorance and confusion after admission, we kept moving. From the Sakai jams, accommodation stress, university readjustment, and sometimes not even knowing what to eat. We kept going. Soon enough, we realized that the school was not for the weak. But we kept moving because we told ourselves we did not come this far only to come this far. For many of us, this journey also came with real pressure. There were seasons of financial difficulty that pushed me into side businesses just to stay afloat. And I know a number of us did the same. So let me say a prayer for us. May the Lord bless our businesses. Amen. I had my fair share of academic challenges of accommodation challenges as someone who lives about 8 hours drive away from campus and could not always secure on-campus accommodation. In my very first semester, I received a grade I truly felt I deserved better than, or should I say, the lecturer gave me a grade. That moment, though, taught me how to handle disappointment. Group works and presentations stretched my patience and taught me the value of working with people. In moments when things felt unclear, my faith taught me to stay calm and keep going. I learned that progress does not always look like a big leap, but it always requires persistency. Reading one more slide, learning one more character, writing one more line. When you feel tired, you don't stop. You take a break, you say, God, I beg. Resume and keep on moving. For that one student that has fought tooth and nail to be here today, I have written a poem for us titled, We Keep On Moving. At the end of the day, we will look life in the face and confidently say, we fought the fight with all our might, attained the heights without a flight. To the friends we made and courses we blamed, the lecturers who shaped our minds and grades, today we bid the school farewell, departing with a story to tell. Though tears were shed and some regrets, our hopes remained and dreams sustained. We may not be ready, and the path not steady. Maybe even failure looming, but we keep on moving. How did I do? Maybe I'll consider poetry in the future. We are graduating with different classes and FGPAs. But know that our class and FGPA do not define us. But our mindset does. Our degrees may open the door, but our attitude determines how far we go. So, we have a choice to make our degrees limit us or inspire us to be better. I will certainly choose the latter, and I suggest you do the same. There is a Chinese saying that goes, 失败不是终点，而是过程的一部分. Failure is not the end, it is part of the process. Life after school is certainly not a bed of roses. Joblessness, financial instability, accommodation and transport issues, and even perceived lack of direction may all be looming. Things may not go as we planned, but we must keep on moving. Because life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning how to dance in the rain. As I bring my speech to an end, I want to specially thank my father, Nana Kwabena PJ, who is seated outside, for his unflinching love and support throughout my life, especially through my university days. I also want to celebrate the memories of my dear mom, Mrs. Joyce Efia Sapong, who never gave up on me. May her amazing soul continue to rest in perfect peace. My heart goes out to anyone who wished the loved one was around. A special thank you to Miss Catherine Godo, a friend who cares like no other. May God bless you. Thank you to Gamsu and everyone who has contributed to this journey. Let me leave us with a piece of advice. If you cannot soar, fly. If you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. And even if you cannot walk, crawl. But keep on moving. As Malcolm S. said, and I quote, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Class of 2025, the future is calling and we are ready. Thank you. May God bless you and may you enjoy your graduation ceremony.
Let's keep clapping for Emmanuel as he resumes his seat. You all agree with me that Emmanuel has really spoken for all of us and greatly inspired us. Let us give him another big round of applause. 3.99 is not an easy FGPA to attain. We are getting closer to the main reason why we are here, that is awards of degrees. But before that, we have a short musical interlude to be performed by Ghana Dance Ensemble. And I'm informed that the dance that they are going to perform is called Gota Dance. This dance is a recreational dance performed during moonlit nights by the youth of the Volta and Oti regions of Ghana. The dance reflects the end of a hard day's work and the anticipation of the dawn of a new day. This dance has been selected for this morning congregation to congratulate the graduates as they officially end their stay on campus, and we wish them well in their diverse endeavors as they proceed with integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, Gota Dance. you very much, Ghana Dance Ensemble, for the musical interlude. It is now time for the award of degrees, and I have a few instructions for graduates. As earlier mentioned, this is a formal ceremony, and we do not expect graduates to be moving in and out of the auditorium before the end of the ceremony. Ushers and security are on hand to support smooth conduct of this ceremony by ensuring that graduates remain in the auditorium until the end of the ceremony. Graduates, you are seated in the order in which you will be called. You will stand to be presented by the dean of your school, and when your degrees are conferred by the representative of the chancellor, she will say to you, Anyako, and you will respond, Yae. You will then resume your seats for the roll call. And when you are called, you are to walk up to the platform to be acknowledged. Note that only first-class graduates will receive a medallion and handshake from the platform party. Protocol demands that gentlemen take off their cap when they come to the platform. Ladies will keep their caps on and curtsy. Please follow the instructions of the ushers. They are in the various parts of the auditorium. They will guide you to the podium here. I will now call on the Dean of the School of Arts, Professor Wazi Apo, to present the Bachelor of Arts students. Bachelor of Arts students, please stand.
Thank you, CS. Presentation of graduates. Member of Council representing the Chancellor. I, Professor Wazi Apo, Dean of the School of Arts, present to you Bachelor of Arts students who, having followed the approved course of study over the stipulated period and passed the required examinations, have thereby become eligible for the academic awards to which their studies entitled them. I pray for conferment of the awards due them.
Dean of the School of Arts, by the authority vested in the Chancellor of the University of Ghana, I, Precious Che Bonsu, acting on behalf of the Chancellor, hereby pronounce the students presented duly graduated. Bachelor of Arts students, Anyeko.
Bachelor of Arts. Graduates, kindly take your seats. Bachelor of Arts, First Class Honors. Karat Abdallah Suraka. Samiratu Abdullah, Husseini Abuaje, Jacob Kojo Abrakwa, Zaharatu Suraka Adam, Mark Benson Adi, Roxanne Eduja Mfi, Emmanuel Ahenkra Ajay, Tracy Sewa Ajaman, Elizabeth Edu, Prince Amwa, Rachel Esiedua Amwa, Margaret Amuzu, Ebenezer Kwekwansa, Ya Sapoma Apeu, Emmanuel Nanayao Apieje, Ni Teko Ayi, Selassie Ayivo, Samuel Kwesibedu, Randolph Labi Bitson, Ousu Echan Boateng, Bonnej Bonfil, Rebecca Boma Haridakun, Benjamin Joachim Derry Soib, Patrick Donko, Jennifer Mausi Gante, Prince Tunde Badamusi, Edmond Jemfi, Ishak Yusuf Ibrahim, Aida Kumsin, Jonathan Elinam Paul, Victoria Kofi, James Manu, Hosnia Muhammad, Michael Nyalejegbo, Elijah Nyame, Comfort Na Ashia Odro, Victoria Yabua Ama Odro, Victoria Ofori, Hagi Fifi Oje, Erica Irabna Opoku Amisa, Gabriel Kofi Osei, Moses Ata Osei, Andrews Eric Kwame Sessa, Hassanat Yahaya, and Isaac Yirisu. Bachelor of Arts, second class honors, upper division. Bachelor of Arts, second class honors, upper division. Mikael Fritza Aban, Cecilia Na Abioko Abe, Takia Abdullahi, Emmanuel Abeka, Samuel Junior Abuabiri, Richmond Echampong, Bright Kumi Aqua, Thelma Opeo Adante, Francis Addison, Carlos Kwekuado, Latebia Christiana Ado, Gifty Dede Adi, Lawrence Adi, Daniel Adido, Francisca Denchiwa Ejei, Wisdom Kwachi Ejei, Maradona Yabua Ejei, Eurama Adoma Ejei, Prince Ejei Esuma, Rejoice Ayoko Ajete, Mona Lisa Ajete, Armstrong Adomakon, Courage Adobo, Thomas Bempedu, Nana Kwame Edubediakon, Perpetua Edue Champon, Jeffrey Eduyeboa, Gifty Efuejima Afenyi, David Kwabna Afrane, Jacqueline Ya Afriye, Erica Emefa Abemenya, Sandy Agbenu, Priscilla Ya Agbeve, Emmanuel Agboyibo, Isaac Osei Ejapon, Samuel Ousu Ejapon, Ebenezer Chreme Ejei, Samuel Osei Ejei, Nyakon Daniela Ejeiwa, Emmanuel Ejekum, Livingston Ajiman, Hamdia Ahmed, Godfred Edu, Bridget Akins, Bright Kwabna Akapo, Prince Kwame Akande, Ruth Kwesibia Akono, Joseph Ayigbobisa Akperi, Alan Akresi, Benedictus Akwete Akute, Komla Mode Achian, Matiti Abdallah Al-Hassan, Zachary Al-Hassan, Ramat Al-Hassan, Lydia Na Akushika Alote, Princess Margaret Amano, Christabel Amano, Charlotte Ameunu Eke, Steve Kese Amo, Eric Amoakon, Clement Amofa, Georgette Amorin, Yao Bequin, Ampofu Bequin, Erica Fafali Amuji, Samuel Kojo Anaman, Annalisa Anane, Susanna Ajete Anan, Kofi Swapim Anash, Ekuya Uusua Enim, Michael Nsia Enim, Deborah Nanaya Ankra, Moses Chukugeku Anochi, El Nathan Ansan, Patrick Asare Ansan, Gilbert Anson, Malakai Kwesi Ansu, Enoch Anchi, Samuel Kumi Anchi, Caroline Pokua Anchi, Dixon Adoluwini Apeligia, Francis Apia, Kenneth Apia, Frida Apia, Michael Kwame Apia, Neolin Apia Siama, Irene Ahen, Godfred Akon Sam, Grace Bennett Akon, Princess Tabitha Amate Kai Ama, Josephine Nadede Ama, Abigail Enunyam Ayoko Ayi, Abosi Nanayao Asamoah, Justice Asamoah, Chelsea Frema Samoah, Bismarck Asante, Felix Kwesi Asante, Anastasia Asante, Maxwell Joe Asare, Foster Kwame Ashibui, Pa Kwesi Esiedu Texan, Emmanuela Asampong, Samuel Adom Asan, Naomi Maunya Atriki, Ivy Awini Naba, Alhassan Awini, Kingsley Kwabna Ayensu, Philip Donko Azialoho, Enwini Sugbi Matthew Azindo, Uriel Nene Mate Azu, Prince Kojo Baefi, Portia Baefi, Damien Kwekuba, Francis Kofibedu, Sule Bashiru, Neville Aram Bedi Tachu, Pombin Besite, Juliana Adwabempon, Marian Ekuabenya. Thank you.
John Boydi, Dorcas Adom-Boafo, Elizabeth Asedap Boama, Frida Opokua Boaten, James Boaten, Emanuela Abwajua Boaten, Shedrack Bodo, Grace Ajua Janbia Botio, Ronnie Boche, Nanakwe Kudaku Okai Brako, Priska Chumesi Brenya, Christowen Leolove Christopherson, William Ayite Dalmeida, Ivana Erama Dazi, Jessica Bira Dankwa, Cyril Daikuma, Emmanuel Delwin, Philemon Kwabina de Munyako, Frank Dodo, Sylvester Doju, Prince Laelikplim Dogbe, Desmond Anan Donko, Rashid Selassie Donko, Vanessa Nakidubate, Derek Jumo Mensa, Rhoda Mami Abba Nyamidzi Edujan, Ingosika Gifts Egbuatu, Gerald Francisco Epis, Precious Essien, Emanuela Hectoria Esilfi, Safua Kakra Ewo, Joseph Ewuzi, Calvin Nana Sechi Fafo, Felicia Fayome, Richard Forson, Deborah Tiwa Sikena Frimpon, Honori Gale, Jimaima Esianyo Ganyo, Kelly Kwame Gavo, Godfred Maunyo Nyanui, Seriam Yalgoka, Steve Achu Goleku, Floriana Abina Jambra, Richmond Jamesi, Faustina John, Kezia JC, Emanuela Ejewa Jewu, Joseph JB, Wonderful Jima, Ruth Hagen, Pakweku Hammond, Daniela Taiko Heavy, Portia Ajua Hemen, Regina Homeku, Abdul Jalil Idrisu, Joseph Owusu Iregna, Christabel Johnson, Beauty Mausino Kaka, Michael Safo Kantanka, Herbert Kari, Simon Kusi, Wilberforce Abbey Dukomson, Doreen Obiribia Corantin, Edward Nitete Inteni Kokwe, Vanessa Elom Pega, Anastasia Salinam Ajokpotufe, Mabel Krampa, Christabel Kwampa, Emanuela Kuma, Prince Kuma, Erica Susanna Che Mensa, Kezia Lamiokolamti, Derek Kwame Labi, Tilly Abba Labi, Henry Bruce Lati, Anoko Lati, Mariama Lukman, Ethel Chidema Mama, Nana Ekwafio Kuma Mante, Gabriel Matanawi, Tracy Mensa, Vera Ajua Mensa, James Kwame Maunya Mensa, Sonny Mensa, Ebenezer Jesse Mensa, Irabna Bafua Mensa, Karen Akumengo, Florence Misa, Sophia Mohammed, Najat Mohammed Awal, Mariam Mudasiru, Simon Kwesi Nambo, Barbara Asantiwa Nanan, Sandra Nano, Emmanuel Kote Nikwe, Derek Muketu Nimako, Marilyn Erama Nkrumah, Samuel Gregory Ejekum, Nana Kwame Junior Noon, Bridget Achai Naughty, Hamdalatu Nuhu Idrisu, Prince Nyantechi, Philip Kweku Nyanoto, Kelvin Kweku Oba, Salome Osaimbia Oben, Michael Oben, Bright Oben, Ronald Kennedy Uzochukwu Obi, Pelokansi, Sarah Oda, Henry Enim Odame, Samuel Tete Ojonubua, Christabel Nana Friba Odum, Seth Frimpon Oduro, Efua Ofe Bia Ofe Labi, Jefta Asa Ofori, Kwabina Frimpon Ofori Ochuri, Kings Lord Bosompem Ofosu, Yao Danso Ofosu, Dora Okai, Felicity Asantua Opare, Franklina Akosua Opoku, Emmanuel Kwame Osei, Derek Nana Osei, Marvin Osei Tutu, David Osei Entry, Hasiatu Abdul Kadir Osmanu, Nana Tetiba Ochre Kwakwa, Maxwell Okwampa Oten, Rini Lale Otu, Evans Kwame Owusu, Tabitha Tiwa Owusu, Gideon Opon Owusu, Kwame Owusu Ansa, Martha Paji, Godfred Paji, Marvin Papo, Emmanuel Alote Plange, Justice Ejay Poku, Precious Abina Pokua, Isaiah Mokpra, Isaac Yaokweno, Ebenezer Kwansa, Merit Amivi Fafa Kwashi, Richard Ni Mate Kwashi, Mariam Raji, Grace Naosaki, Stephen Saddon, Michael Safo, Ibrahim Talata Saru, Abdallah Seidu, Holali Abigail Seno, Karim Kwaku Sewovo, Patricia Brase, Suhido Isa Shamwell, Priscilla Tego, Naziru Tahiru, Clement Tete, Isaac Natete, Kenneth Wayotete, Lodina Owi Tehume, Kwesi Opon Thompson, Patience Harriet Nakwa Tioko Titles Glover, Meshach Tommy, Samuel Tortu, Obed Ni Okotogbo Tortu, James Junior Chene, Safania Chumesi, Salamatu Umar Sanda, Joshua Janice Odate Vanderpoy, Philos Mawulom Kofi Videta, Prince Nanakojo Wellington, Prince Nuna Waku, Portia Ejobayanki, Jeremy Redu Yebua, and Haria Yusuf.
Bachelor of Arts, Second Class Honors, Lower Division. Dexter Ababisa, Isaac Abedu, Andrew Kwesi Abavon, Massimo Dath Kemi Abdul, Ubaida Abdul Salam, Abdul Nasir Abibu, Birgit Abuaje, David Abuaje, Bethel Akosia Abuaje, Obed Abuaje Esuman, Erica Odette Afi Abutiate, Wendy Oforiwa Achampong, Emmanuel Owusu Achampong, The Graft Tree Achampong, Godfred Boachi Aqua, Pius Adade, Elkanah Adams Tete, Martin Ade Nkesena, Rachel Kwafo Adai, Millicent Dedo Ado, Nana Ifua Ado Jewu, Benedict Ado Sunu, Anita Ama Adevu, Tracy Lomoki Ade, Chrisabel Ajay, Mojom Te Ajay, Presla Brakwa Adofo, Dennis Frimpong Adofo, Daniel Edum, Deborah Oshefije Adoyi, Pius Amuzu Edu, Linus Ba Edu Asari, Michael Edu Jemfi, Faustina Edu Tebi, Bright Adugu, Rachel Abna Ajibi, Alexander Afo, Edgar Papa Kofi Mebora Afo, Daniel Afo, Priscilla Afo, Godred Afote, Kwabna Asari Efifa Ado, Erica Kwabna Chum Efriye, Evans Ose Efriye, Bismarck Kwame Ellis Agbasa, Kenneth Olete Agbashi, Olivia Agbedu, Future Frema Agbenyefa, Edith Agbesime, Paulina Agbetonyo, Bismarck Selom Agoli, Kwesi Buando Agri, Prince Ajegbega Agor, Presla Abna Ejam Ahin, Emmanuel Ejapon, Bernard Ose Kena Ejari, Michaela Nanaya Ajari, Mary Opokwa Eje, Janet Dakwa Eje, Rutherford Eje, Vikroni Abna Ejekum, Jennifer Ejekum, George Owusu Ajiman, Gertrude Into Nyamiche Ajiman, Deborah Opokwa Ajin, Tofik Ahmed, Abraham Te Ahotu, Blessing Edu Opong, Elijah Akong, Richard Kwabna Akosa, Hubert Akoto, Gershon Eduji Akpenyo Amwa, Kelvin Nifio Akron, Anita Akumbia Asari, Gilbertina Achufui Akwete, Leila to Sumaila Ali, Faisal Amadou, Emanuela Amenin, Joseph Amano, Saeed Mashoud Borenshi Amantana, Delvin Eliklim Amega, Celestina Yaba Amelema, Hans Dela Kojo Amechipo, Nana Asari David Ameyao, Abdul Hamid Aminu, Clement Emisa, Moses Ekufu Amon, Bismarck Amwafo, Jennifer Amwa, Benjamin Asamoah Amwako, Gladys Nanakwa Chiwa Amwako, Francis Amwako Hene, Matilda Ajo Amu, Isaac Daku Ampem, Emmanuel Opoku Ampoma, Abigail Ampon, Sharif Ahmed Amponsa, Bernard Kofi Amponsa, Benjamin Asamoah Amponsa, Mame Amponsa Ampofo, Olivia Amprofi, Rebecca Selassie Amuzu, James Anaman, Ebenezer Opomboatin Enim, Sylvester Okorie Enim, Jude Ni Ankra, Benjamin Ankra, Aishana Ayoko Anan, Abraham Kwabina Anan, Emmanuel Kwabina Anan, Dinah Mansa Anamfio, Mame Ya Chema Ansu, Nigel Yao Mawunyo Antonio, Abigail Entry, Abdul Kabir Amvia, Bernard Anya, Bennett Ayete, Richard Apari, Maxwell Esibe Apau, Kwesi Mensa Apia J, Joseph Apia, Ruben Apia, Godfred Apia Ej, Esther Apienin, Michael Amai, Richmond Arthur, Hayford Nkansa Arthur, Sarah Nana Fosua Arthur, Nana Ama Asabia, Pius Asaki Yuri, Lynette Asamoah, Pearl Oforiwa Asamoah, Nana Otubia Asamoah, Bernice Asamoah, Caleb Ofori Asante, Emmanuel Nkansa Asante, Asafweje Akwesi Asante, Kingsley Asante, Esther Eje Asante, Kara Asante wa Nanaya Asante, Christopher Asante, Abigail Dansua Asari, Wilfred Asari, Jennifer Asari, Kelvin Owusu Asari, Nanayao Asari Adai, Nanayao Asari Adai, Kelsey Asari Kwabia, Jude Ashmond, Prince Andrew Esiama, Victoria Esuzu, Elikem Kwame Atiasa, Elvis Kofi Atila, Joash Kane Ato, Ebenezer Iwa, Alivra Irekwa Yeboa Ayebohini, Dennis Enim Ayeti, Eric Befi Ayimadu, Caleb Mawunyefia Ayiti, Vanessa Juambobiri Azantia, Elizabeth Agbenyeka, Laurentia Aziz, Evan Suraj Badomin, Leonard Bedu, Gabriela Na Ajele Bedu, Desmond Che Jr. Bafo, Cosby Baguamo, Louise Bailey, Prosper Biamesen,
Second class honors, lower division continued. John Kwame Bankers, Geraldine Rachel Akwele Bannerman, Frederick Bamvo, Samuel Chumberima, Sabrim Noel Bataibo, Brant Amwa Bene, Clement Wood Bentum, Nanesi Akeswa Benyin, Kobna Ebo Baini, Janet Ofosua Baini, Daniel Timothy Benjibu, Telagi Jonas Bempa, Lord Listowell Otu Blabo, Frank Blay, Jemfua Echanfo Boedu, Ewa Bafo Boedu, Belinda Boahema Boafo, Pearson Enima Boache, Kelvin Kweku Boache, Angela Boache, Louisa Konama Boache Yadom, Chris Kwesi Boateng, Christine Amponsan Boateng, Emmanuel Boateng, Jeffrey Boateng, Akwesi Boateng, Kingsley Nana Boateng, Christian Bokete Bote, Precious Ebimoboere Boruta, Arnold Mate Boy, Koji Brima, Virginia Gay Odura Boame, Richard Buzugnam, Anita Abna Koba, Emmanuel Komi, Felix Kondia, Gideon Darby, Christiana Dazi, Sean Nanakofi Dazi Amponsa, Mary Ohene Damwa, Paul Finn Dankwa, Emmanuel Nkunim Danso, Janet Danso, Kimball Ekia Sampoma Danso, Nana Asumenin Danso, Joshua Yao Danyo, Kirsty Ofosuhema Dakwa, Faustina de Graft, Kweku Ano Debra, Cecil Nyakonjan, Pabna Ofori Dodi, Rosalinda Ayoram Do, Ishmael Delali Dogan, Gertrude Dogbe, Kingsley Dogbe, Gerard Kweku Jr. Dogbe, Emmanuel Donyo, Sefako Honorine Dosu, Emmanuel Jakbasu, Precious Ayoram Jampe, Setri Roger Kwame Jendu Hedido, Caroline Amijiwonu, Benjamin Jr. Epson, Charles Eche Aka, Favor Ellisi, Ernest Enyima Kwansa, Emanuela Essien, Fiona Essen, Loretta Ablan Fanu, Gifty Fokuo, Ruth Ayodele Kukwa Folawiyo, Rosina Foley, Sedo Ayoram Freeman, Nana Kwame Frimpong, Gideon Owusu Frimpong, Stacy Frimpong, Richard Asari Frimpong, Clinton Omari Frimpong, Clement Frimpong, Jeffrey Afrani Frimpong, Benedicta Frimpong, Elisha Gabian, Stella Emefa Gafa, Patrick Kojo Gbolo, Andy Kweku Della Geja, Mary Ekia Gati, Prince Jedu, Nana Kwesi Jambra, Solomon Jemfi, Israel Jemfi, Meshach Kweku Jan, Dominic Kojo Techi Jan, Ruth Otrewa Jesse, Tony Blair Diabo, Samuel Teria Jebi, Rosemary Obuobia Jeche, Alberta Boachewa Ajua Jenin, Otre Tutu Hackman, Isaac Ni Amate Hammond, Michael Selom Harrison. Dorcas Harvey, Mark Anthony Hene, Kelvin Nakote Heavy, Mubarak Ibrahim, Fakiha Ibrahim Danda, Baba Isahaku, Abubakar Isaku, Yenupak Dut Jatwat Somik, Janet Lavinia Jones, Victoria Faith Jones Quarty, Jafet Oko Kamwa, Rahimu Abdul Karim, Prince Kenya Ansa, Emmanuel Buedi Kranche, Samuel Kenneth Vincent Kote, Masilos Mauli Boanu, Kenneth Kwatin Kofa, Jeffrey Fosu Kwache, Alfred Kwache, Isabella Dede Kwao, Efia Ohenewa Kwating, Raphael Kweku Lajedo, Cyril Nanaya Ola, Philip Odate Lamte, Vincent Ni Lomote, Adam Mahamudu, Francis Adamte Mahu, Gladys Mankubesi, Benjamin Dakumate, Derek Amanu Mensah, Millicent Abna Mensah, Alfred Kujewu Mensah, Eugene Mensah Agudeche, Lawrence Menta, Joshua Mreku, Gifty Mojaka, Rakia Yusuf Mohammed, Suleiman Mohammed, Morrison Morty, Ramatu Mahmudu Musa, Joseph Teria Nangpati, Priscilla Nano, Jessica Koyo Na, Curtis Adosian Na, Henrietta Dede Na, Ebo Nelson, Frempoma Abna Nkansa, Semitra Atre Nkansa, Osborne Nketia, Williams Kwame Nkrumah.
Second class lower division continues. Papa Kofi Nkrumah, Solomon Naughty, Stanislav Ivan Ni Naughty, Sarah Mpokan, Eric Intama, Benjamin Odro Intiamwa, Cecilia Fafa Intibri, Vincent Intirakwa, Ebenezer Nana Kojo Nupi, Rosemond Enso Manyaba, Morrison Nyabi, Oscar Ata Nyade, Emmanuel Yao Nyako, Kwesi Nyako, Jessica Adobia Nyako, Alexander Nyako, Eunice Nyako, Lorena Afiba Nze, Frankisi Obeng, Ebenezer Obeng, Isaac Entry Obeng, Rosalind Jifa Oklu, Josephine Okran, Lillian Asante Odi, Albert Kofi Odum, Faustina Efia Ofori, Bernard Bosontri Ofori, Ampoma Martha Ofori, Sylvester Ofori, Evans Ofori, Israel Kenneth Ogunlari, Emmanuel Amankwa Ohene, Erica Ajoko Okan, Emilia Aklena Okanti, Sethni Ashamo Okan, Eugenia Akwele Oko Ajay Lomo, Carolina Abuaje Ochre, Tracy Ashele Olenu, Mami Efua Ajuku Opare Quarantine, Bright Opokuware, Kendrick Kosuno Opon, Alexander Yao Opon, Deborah Opon Mensa, Joshua Papa Kojo Osam, Carl Osafo, Lennox Kwame Jr. Osei, Beth Ateno Osei, Emmanuel Osei, Gertrude Boating Osei, Collins Osei Ajiman, Kimathi Kofi Bona Osei Apau, Nana Oye Osei Bonsu, Josephina Ifwa Wonchemand Kwashi, Teresa Na Kwakokoti, Olivia Kwatiokokoti, Lydia Kwe, Priscilla Baba Kwe, Simon Kwe, Derek Quayson, Abdul Nasser Robertson, Heidi Linda Saki, Mohammed Said, Doreen Equiasego, Stephanie Abnate Kosala, Asamoah Samuel, Jeffrey Sarkodie Ado, Kingsley Sapon, Felix Sapon, Nana Jeche Sapon, John Lay Masey, Farid Seidu, Esther Enyonam Ampo Semako, Daniela Aseye Seho, Emmanuela Ankuma Siao, Prince Abdullah Ajete Soa, Rashida Suleimana, Vera Tabi, Lordina Krang Tabi, Ibrahim Tahiru, Isaac Amankwa Kojotechi, Abdul Aziz Tamim, Hadrat Ayiu Tano, Eslin Selassie Ama Asantoa Tegbe, Benedictine Crime, Emmanuel Ni Tete Tete, Maxwell Fiagbo Tete, Bernard Prince Tete, Nice Tete Wayo, Ali Mohamed Tobe, Cyril Chekuma, Enoch Tuji, Gillian Oseitutu, Randy Kweku Chumesi, Gabriel Owusu Chumesi, Daniela Akosia Chumesi, Matilda Atoko Kwai Vanderpoy, Davina Abuna Van Dyke, Stephanie Sapoma Wiafe, Richard Fifi Redu, Joel Nana Asiedu Wuntumi, Michael Chokta Wuntuo, Bright Za, Siddiq Yakubu, Samuel Yankee, Grace Yorson, Amy Emma Techiwa Yorson, Joel Otu Yorson, Frederick Obri Yeboah, Albright Obri Yeboah, Godfred Atta Yeboah, Priscilla Yeboah, Brigita Yeboah, Albert Simplis Kwesi Yeboah, Prince Yakle, Cosmos Yemi, Eunice Yosangara, Hafiz Mohammed Yusuf, Matilda Zogla, third class honors, Prince Aka, Esther Ajewa, Ama Afriye Amponsa, Vida Erabna Amponsa Boating, Eileen Nanekia Adoma Ayesu Kumi, Venus Love Boafojan, Alexis Bonsu, Andrew Sowa Bruce Ajay, Daniel Esimin Dakwahene, Isaiah Frimpong, Lawrence Hene, Wisdom Honya, Fatau Abdul Ibrahim, Nana Osei Tutu Kuragu, Adelaide Nana Malabi, Rehab Mahmood, Aiden Mensah, Kelvin Larry Mensah, Radi Yarabiu Mohammed, Richard Nana Kofi Nati, Hilda Nate, Felix Na Nyakum, Rabiatu Ochre, Henrietta Ya Pokua Opon, Isabella Ofusua Osei, Prince Kofi Ousu,
Thank you very much, Dean, School of Arts, and administrators who helped us with the roll call. Our dear fresh graduates, hearty congratulations. So now I didn't use graduate, I used graduates. Hearty congratulations once again. You've now earned the recognition of being referred to as graduates. So from today onwards, wherever you wear the academic gown that you are wearing now, remember to place the tassels on the cap, on the left side of the cap. So can you take a moment and make sure that the tassel, this one, is aligned to the left side of your cap. Check your neighbor and make sure that his or hers is properly aligned. And the hood also behind you is directly on your backs. So I saw some hoods falling on the left side of the shoulder, others on the right side with the yellow showing. That is not the right way to wear them. You need to place the tassels on the left. You need to place the hood right on your backs so that when you take the pictures after here, they will be indeed memorable pictures, right? Okay, you don't want to see your picture tomorrow reflecting what we have not told you, the gown, how the gown should be worn. Okay? All right, so thank you so much. And the other part is that you are now alumni of the University of Ghana. And as alumni of the university, you are our international ambassadors. We expect you to translate the knowledge that you have gained in this institution to benefit society. And we pray that you will be our institution's most loyal supporters. And I always add this one, in keeping with our strategic priority 4, that is engagement and partnership. Your College of Humanities, you really are pushing the frontiers to build a stronger endowment fund. So as you step out today, please come back and help us build a College of Humanities endowment fund. Will you do that? Great. Wherever you find yourself in government establishments, one of the top international corporations, your own business, please come back. And when you come back and you give to the college, you will definitely acknowledge your support. Will you clap for that? Okay, so we are approaching the end of this morning congregation ceremony. Well, if you want to shout, please shout. And shortly, the representative of the Chancellor will be invited to dissolve the congregation, after which the Senior Assistant Registrar, Public Affairs, Ms. Pascaline Sonsore, will take over proceedings. And respectfully, I will now invite the Chancellor representative to deliver her closing remarks and officially dissolve congregation. So, Madam.
Members of the University Council, Vice Chancellor and other officers of the university, guest speaker, members of convocation, staff and students, alumni, new graduates. That's good. Guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we end this ceremony, I would like to salute all those who have worked hard to ensure a successful event, particularly those who played various roles in the planning and organization of today's event, as well as the other 16 congregation ceremonies that are taking place this week. To the fresh graduates, you have worked hard over the periods that you have been students at this university, and you deserve all the laurels that you have acquired. I congratulate you all on your achievements and urge you to be worthy ambassadors of your alma mater. May the education and skills you have acquired at this university guide and inspire your path, and may your journey be defined by success, fulfillment, and a meaningful, lasting impact on the world. I wish you success in your future endeavors, and do be guided by the university's core values of integrity, commitment, respect, and loyalty. Congratulations once again. Go out into the world with pride, purpose, and knowledge that you are well prepared to make a difference. To our guest speaker for today, Ms. Seyuram Apioko, we appreciate your presence and participation in the ceremony and your kind words to our fresh graduates. Thank you all for joining us for this ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my duty to declare this congregation's ceremony officially dissolved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Member of Council representing the Chancellor. There are a few announcements before we leave. Would like to, after the university anthem, we'll kindly ask all graduates and guests to remain standing while the platform party recesses. Graduates, you file out row by row and would all converge at the Vice Chancellor's courts, where we have the bust of the former Vice Chancellors, for a memorable group photograph. Valedictorian, please join the members of convocation as we recess so that we can have you at the front to take the photograph with our officials. Would like to appreciate everyone who helped in making the ceremony a success. Please join me to appreciate Mrs. Joyce Nyakwa Agbedoho, who provided the sign language interpretation. She's from our Center for Disability Studies and Advocacy. Would also like to thank the Ghana Dance Ensemble for the performances. Graduates, would like you, when we recess, please note that members of the platform party and members of convocation here present will retire to the Vice Chancellor's Lodge. Valedictorian, you and your two guests are kindly asked to join us over there. Would also like to inform all our graduates that we have accredited and commercial photographers stationed at various locations on campus. We have photographers accredited at the Edzi Quadrangle, which is close to the cash office behind Commonwealth Hall. You can take photos there. You can also take photos at the Samuel Kenneth Abwa Recreational Quadrangle, which is behind the BAM Library. Please note that we have given them accreditation, so be careful that you are taking photos from accredited photographers who have with them accreditation cards with a stamp of the Public Affairs Directorate. We encourage you not to patronize the services of the roaming photographers at various unauthorized locations on campus. We encourage our graduates also who would be sharing photos online to use the following hashtags: hashtag UG Congregation, hashtag UG Class of 2026. It's showing on the screens right now. Can you repeat after me? Hashtag UG Congregation, hashtag UG Class of 2026. So please remember to use these hashtags as you share your photographs online. We'd also kindly ask you to return your gowns to the collection point after your photographs. As the college registrar said, he was asking you to join the Alumni Association. Please turn with me to page 117 of your congregation brochure. There's a beautiful message there from the chairman of the University of Ghana Alumni Association. And beneath or underneath that page, you'd find a QR code. Please scan the QR code. There's a very short form you will fill and be part of University of Ghana's prestigious alumni who are contributing to building this nation and who are contributing globally. Please, will you do that? Thank you very much. As we encourage you to join the University of Ghana Alumni Association, we also encourage you to return to the University of Ghana for postgraduate studies. If you turn to page 108 of your brochure, we have there a list of graduate programs on offer here at the university, all the way to page 114. So you have a wide range of courses to choose from. We look forward to receiving you back here as graduate students of the University of Ghana. So thank you very much for your patience. You've been a very good group. We haven't seen anyone leaving the auditorium. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for cooperating this morning, and we look forward to receiving you at our future events. Please rise for the university anthem.
You know Louis, eh? Louis, you know Louis? Yeah, I know Louis.